So we're already experiencing some strong energy. Within a couple of days, we'll be experiencing even more energy with Mars moving into Aquarius and meeting up with Pluto. But this weekend, we have our moon in Pisces, asking us to slow it down, to take time to dream, to pray, to meditate, to tap into our spiritual self, to practice self love, and formulate a strategy to step into our best life ever. So sit back, relax, let's explore the cosmic energies. Together, we'll gain an understanding of how to embrace this energy, utilize this energy, and move forward today and every day. Hi, I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you for being here, and thank you for all the positive, loving support you send me each and every day. I send it right back to you. Welcome to your weekend focus for February the 10th and the 11th, 2024. So we'll start with the numerology, and on Saturday we have that beautiful 10 energy that we experienced during our new moon as well. The 10 energy brings in luck. It's about writing new chapters. It's about seasons changing. 1 plus 0 is a 1, so the independent, the self-starter, confident, young, alive, willing to face the challenge because we know there's success to be had on the other side. Now, if we look at the daily numerology for Saturday, it'd be a 2 plus a 1 plus an 8, which gives us an 11 energy. So a master number appears, asking us to be mindful of our commitments, our obligations, to cast aside what no longer has value or worth in our life, does not support us, does not move us forward in some way. It's about making a commitment to ourselves and showing up and being present for that commitment, keeping your focus on that commitment. And success can happen quite quickly under a master number. On Sunday, we have the 11 energy, so I'm not going to go back into all of that again, but we have the 11 energy, so we know that the 11 energy is throughout the entire weekend for us, so tap into it. It's just beautiful energy. This would be a time to do a new moon ritual of any kind, okay, because you have the 11 energy there, plus you have the new moon that has just happened. So light a white candle. Give up your intentions for your tomorrow. Say some of your goals, your dreams aloud. Meditate on them happening in your life, growing in your life, and asking the new moon to bring in its support to all that you wish for, all that you want, all that you desire. Now, the daily numerology for Sunday would be a 2 plus an 11 plus an 8, and that gives us the 21 energy. That is tying up loose ends. That is preparing for a brand new tomorrow. 2 plus 1 is a 3. So communications, our thoughts, what we are saying, what we are taking in when it comes to reading or watching or listening to something. The 3 energy is about transformation and us transforming into something greater than ourselves. The sun is in Aquarius and the moon will move into Pisces around 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday. So that gives us a whole weekend of this beautiful Pisces energy. So we can relax a little bit. We can pull it back a little bit. It's not really a doing energy whenever we have a Pisces moon. We feel more comfortable if we can take time out, maybe in solitude, maybe in quiet, maybe taking a walk through nature. But it's allowing our dreams, and to dream. Okay, once a very long time ago, I listened to somebody talking about the energy of Neptune, and Neptune is our dreamscape, okay? And it's in Pisces right now, so it's even more relevant to talk about that. But it's our dreamscape. And so what has happened in our modern world is we have movies and we have Netflix and we have, TikTok, we have, name it. We have a media source around us at all times to invoke movies for us. So instead of us tapping into our own dreamscape, we allow ourselves to tap into somebody else's dreamscape, which is definitely not moving us in the direction we want to, especially if you're watching horror movies and stuff, right? So you really want to pay attention to that. Okay, where are you allowing your dreamscape to be present? Is it in a Netflix show? Is it on TikTok hitting every 2 seconds to swipe, swipe, swipe because we just don't have the patience to sit there and take in what somebody's trying to tell us? On TikTok, not so often as other formats, but you know where I'm going with that. Now, we also have Mercury squaring Jupiter this weekend. So Mercury is our voice, our words, so the 3 energy, okay? It's about making the plan within our minds, our thoughts, strategizing it within our thoughts, seeing it play out. And we are talking about it. We are maybe writing out things that deal with our dreams, our goals, what we intend to step into. And it squares Jupiter. So Jupiter is the path of expansion. So when this happens, I mean, our words can be on fire. But the problem is when it's Jupiter is we tend to think only big picture. And so when we are making that strategy, when we are planning things in our life, we are glossing over the not so nice stuff or the more mundane stuff. I have a frog in my throat again. So as much as this energy can make our words, our thoughts grand, we have to be mindful that we might be growing it. Just maybe I'll have a little sip of water or something here. See if we can get that frog going. Okay. We have to be mindful that we're not skipping over the smaller details. The things that will matter going down the road. The things that if we skip them now, we'll just have to come back and redo them later. So try and add detail. Try and add, I hear, texture to what you are seeing. You know, just don't see that car. What kind of car is it? How's the sun hitting it? What's the reflection? Can you see yourself? Are you wearing shades? Your future's so bright you're wearing shades. You know, start looking at the little parts of how you're dressed, what the car looks like. You know, what does the shifter look like? Is it down on the floor? Or is it this button you turn? What does it look like in the rain? What does it look like when the sun is beaming down on it? What do you look like driving in it down the road? What are you wearing? You know, and start to add those details to the grand picture that you have in front of you. Be mindful of your words too. We may say things without, we're growing the big picture and we don't see anything wrong with what we're saying, but it might be offending somebody or it might be taking away their joy in some way. You know, you're talking about this big move. You're going to make this move. It's across several continents. And you're telling your parents this, and your mother's ready to break out in tears because you're leaving home, but you don't even realize it because of the excitement in your voice. So it's best to back it up a little bit when we are explaining our plans, when we're talking about our plans. We can be very, very good at getting other people to buy in under our plan, but it has to be sound. And it cannot be sound without those small details in place. Okay. Let's go to our cards. See what they have in store for us for the weekend. And our underlying energy is the 6 of Cups. This is about knowing that you deserve, knowing that you are worthy, knowing that you are enough. Okay, now traditionally this card is about the past, but if you go farther back in the tarot, actually, in the history of the tarot, it was one where we did not want to go into the past, that the past would trip us up, that the past would, so it's about not revisiting the past and comparing our past to our future. But I see this as we are the child, and we are standing in front of those flowers, and we are hesitant to even get near them. Our angel shows up and explains to us that this is what was meant for us all along, that those are our flowers, that they were put here for us. So, think back to your childhood of things that people said. Maybe you wanted to be a rock star when you grew up, and your parents said, "No, you're going to work 9 to 5." Your Aunt Ethel has a place. Your Uncle Harry will be more than happy to give you a job. You got to earn that paycheck week after week. You can't just go out and be a rock star. You might never become that rock star. Like, just don't even go there. For goodness sakes, you'll be starving to death trying to make money that way. And so you listen to them, but deep down inside, you're still that rock star. Maybe it's time to let that rock star out a little bit and see what that rock star can do. I mean, we all have a stage with the media presence that we have today. We all have a stage to throw ourselves out there and see what happens. So maybe it is becoming that rock star or that stand-up comedian. Maybe go on an exploration. People say, "Oh, you should stay close to home. You really don't want to spend your money on that stuff. You're going to need your money for this, that, and the other thing. Don't be doing stuff like that. That's just crazy talk." Well, it's not crazy talk. It's something that you have a passion about, a dream about, a desire about. And just because it's not their reality doesn't make it so it shouldn't be your reality. Okay, if you really want to know about going on an adventure, talk to somebody who's just gotten back from an adventure. You'll hear a whole different scenario than your mom saying, "Well, you shouldn't do that." But I don't know if it's mom, it's dad, it's a peer, it's an aunt, it's an uncle, it's a teacher, it's a mentor, whoever it might be in your world. Okay, we have the moon as our first card. The moon is back again to tell us to center ourselves, to feel that ease, that balance within us, to know ourselves, to know what our true joys are and what brings us joy, what brings us happiness. How to invite in a sense of liberation, a sense of freedom in your everyday routines. You don't have to be free. You don't have to be liberated in order to feel that freedom on the inside. If you sit quietly for a few moments and just imagine yourself as free as a bird. Maybe you turn into a bird and fly away, whatever it might be for you. But to explore that feeling of weightlessness, that feeling of air, that feeling of light. We have the King of Wands. He's an enthusiastic dude, this guy. You never see him in his full court clothes. He's usually got his crown on a little bit crooked. He's never in the official garb because he just wants to do. He gets excited. He wants to start, creating that dream, that desire, that want for himself, for the kingdom. And he's ready to go. He wants growth. He wants action. He wants to constantly be evolving. He doesn't want to stop and sit and make a plan and think out strategies. And he wants to try a strategy or two and then come back to it and say, okay, what worked? What didn't work? What do I need to drop? What do I need to add to? What do I need to diversify here? And having that end goal in mind, but doing the smaller details as we go and seeing what comes of it rather than, stage 3 is already set in stone. You're only on the first steps. So get excited. Get excited. Allow yourself to fill with anticipation of what might happen today because you are stepping one step closer to your goal, to your dream, maybe your best life ever. And then we have the Five of Wands. So this is my play well with other cards. We may be coming together as groups. We share in a common moral or a common design, a common mindset. Maybe it's a cause. Maybe it's a service. Maybe it's an awareness program. Maybe we are joining the volleyball team, the baseball team. Maybe we're thinking about what foursome we're going to put together for our weekly golf of 9 holes in the evening, one night a week. but more so with coming together and trying to create something that is going to be greater than all of you combined, because you all come in and you have your own talents, you have your own abilities. Each one of you is a unique self. And when we allow everybody to shine and we shine as well, and we utilize all of that, success, we break down the doors. We break down the doors. We flood. We flood our way forward in success, because we're utilizing everybody's talents, everybody's abilities, everybody's mindset. We are in an inventive period of our life right now. We are in a very creative period of our life right now. So working together with others only enhances our growth, only enhances our success going forward. We'll get an oracle card. And today we have Let Love Be Your Beacon 42, which is a 6 energy. And I believe we have the 6 energy as our underlying energy, the 6 of Cups. So let love be your beacon. Now, the 6 of Cups is more about loving yourself and knowing that you are worthy, deserving, that you are enough. So we'll see where the 42 card takes us. I'll hold it up there so that you can meditate on it. Maybe you'll see pictures within the picture. Within the picture. The artist is great for that. Lead with love. When you enter into a new situation, see love paving the way. If it is a tense situation or a work environment, do a visualization exercise of filling the space with bright, beautiful love for everyone, including yourself. Acknowledge what is going on and be willing to change how you are approaching this. Communication will be harmonious, and you will have a greater prospect to create what you are looking for. Focus on the light within you. Imagine this light shining out from you. Your inner light will permit you to see the world with new eyes and learn new things every day of your life. I was thinking about that, going to work in your work environment. I had one person who, said to me that their boss was constantly attacking them. Never had a nice thing to say about them. They cringed walking into the building thinking that they were going to meet up with the boss sooner rather than later. And so we did a couple of exercises together and a little bit of a hypnosis. And we set out new parameters for walking into work. And what we were doing is we were thinking of all the compliments the boss was going to give us on our way in. And how great we felt about these compliments that were coming our way. They noticed our work. They loved our work. Good job doing this. Wow, you got this done too. You're a person I can rely on. And within a very short time, it actually started to happen. Your thoughts are powerful. And we have this weekend of powerful thoughts. So use your thoughts to create your future. And it may not happen like that, but it does happen. Absolutely. There was a teacher and there was a student, and she had a soft spot in her heart for this student, but this student was off the walls. And people couldn't, the other teachers and the students couldn't take this person anymore. She was mean, and, there was that streak about her where she just, throw up these walls. And anyways, the teacher went home because they thought, we've got to expel this girl. Like, we just can't have this go on much longer. And so this teacher started going home, and every night she imagined this girl coming into her classroom and using all of her manners and being so polite and being so helpful. And she gave it maybe a half an hour of her time each and every night. And so the meeting was like going to be the following day, and here comes in this girl, and nobody even could recognize her because she was using all her manners. She was sweet, she was polite, she was very helpful that day. And so when the meeting came, they said, well, we saw her turn a little bit of a leaf here. Let's keep it going. And the teacher still did this exercise at home, projecting out this wonderful energy for this young girl. And this young girl did, in fact, come on to go on to be a part of that school, be a part of the classroom and the community within the school. So you can believe me, you don't have to believe me, but your mind is a very powerful thing. And the more we stop doubting what our mind can do, I mean, with Mercury and Jupiter up there talking in the sky, I mean, our minds are on fire. We have that new moon, our minds are on fire. Okay, let's get an animal here. So when we get together with other people and start sharing our talents and our abilities, we have the black jaguar, the old soul. See if we can get this one up. Walk through life with confidence and grace. You have the power from beyond the world. Focus on what you really want, and you can create your dreams. I guess I was giving a prelude to the final card coming out there. So, and then it went blurry on me. Focus on what you really want. Focus on what you really want. I'll say it one more time. Focus on what you really want. Because you can create your dreams. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.